All right, hey everybody. Stock market jobber Mark here. I'm a former institutional trader. I was lucky enough to trade for Steve Cohen, who is now the owner of the Mets, but is one of the greatest hedge fund managers and could be the greatest trader of all time. I also traded directly for Mario Gabelli, who's one of the greatest value managers of all time. So I was really privileged to start my career at those places. After that, I was the head of trading at three different money managers, institutional money managers. So I've overseen the trading of pretty much all kinds of styles. And yes, I was a hedge fund trader, I was a market maker. So let me talk a little bit about Tesla. All right. Now, this thing has been on obviously a massive rally. And I'm not saying it's over, but it might stall out for a little bit of time here. And let me explain why. Some price levels in the stock market are more important than others, or actually not even just the stock market, in any market, cryptos, bonds, and sometimes we know why a level is important and sometimes we don't. Well, this time we do because Tesla is hitting resistance at the $200 level. People like to place their trades at nice round levels, whether they're a retail trader or whether they're a hedge fund manager. I've seen it on both. So if the market's going lower, right, there's not enough demand to absorb all of the supply. But there's a lot of people who tell themselves, I want to buy Tesla and it's going lower. If it gets to 200, I'm going to buy it. So they place their buy orders, and if there's enough of them, it puts support underneath the stock, and sometimes we get a bounce off of that. Here we break through the support, and what happens here? We go into a rally. Now it's the opposite. People, and here as well, people tell themselves, hey, if it gets to 200, I'm going to sell it. Now, a lot of these people that were responsible for the resistance here and here at this important $200 level were probably people who bought it here. When the price goes lower, they tell themselves, hey, I made a mistake. I want to get out, but I don't want to lose any money. So I'm going to try to sell it if it gets back up to the level I bought it at. So we have remorseful buyers placing their sell orders at the $200 level. Now, after being extremely oversold, as a matter of fact, by some measures, the most sold in the history of Tesla stock, we've gone into this nice rally. And yesterday and now today, we're bumping up against this $200 level. So just like a support level can turn into a level that's resistance or support, but in this case, we're looking at resistance, can retain its importance for a while. So we see back here in mid-November, early December, and now that's resistance. So I don't know where Tesla's going to be in the future. I mean, I would suspect at some point the stock will go higher, but I would not be surprised to see some profit taking here, or maybe a little bit of a sell-off. So just keep an eye on that, everybody. If we can't get through this 200 level, then what happens is we can start to trend lower. See how we couldn't get through resistance there, we went lower. We couldn't get through resistance here, we went lower. Well, that's because some of the investors who want to sell get the sense that there are other sellers around. That's why the stock has stopped going higher. Some of these sellers will get anxious or worried that they're not going to be able to sell their shares if the other sellers start undercutting their prices. So someone might say, okay, I'm not going to sell it at 200. I'm going to go to 199. Someone else might see that and say, you know what? I don't want to miss this. I'm going to go to 198. So forth and so forth and so on. And then it becomes like a snowball effect. So there is a chance that that happens. So if you're trading Tesla, that's something you need to keep an eye on. You can see it happened here and it happened here. All right, everybody, thank you and have a nice day. If you're in the northeast of the United States, try to keep warm. I am there and it's supposed to get down to like 5 degrees tonight. I will talk to you soon. Thanks, everybody.